Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, is known for its diverse culture, vibrant economy, and rich natural resources. But beneath the surface lies a complex and chaotic reality that has shaped the nation for decades. This is the Whispers edition on Africa's sleeping giants. Political corruption has been a persistent issue in Nigeria, with numerous allegations of vote rigging, embezzlement, and mismanagement of public funds. The country has seen a succession of military coups, followed by periods of civilian rule, but the end result has always been the same: a failure to deliver basic services and improve the lives of ordinary Nigerians.
My main concern is to restore law and order as soon as possible.
Its diversity has proven troublesome. To understand Nigeria's diversity, we go back to 1914. In the now infamous Treaty of the Amalgamation of Nigeria by Frederick Lugard. Frederick Lugard was a British colonial administrator who was instrumental in the colonization of Nigeria in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. In the late 1800s, Lugard was tasked with consolidating British control over the disparate ethnic groups that made up the territory of modern-day Nigeria. In order to achieve this goal, he divided Nigeria into three main regions, each of which was assigned a separate administrative structure. The first region was the Northern Protectorate, which consisted of the mostly Muslim Hausa Fulani ethnic groups in northern Nigeria. This region was placed under direct British rule, with Lugard serving as the first High Commissioner. The second region was the Southern Protectorate, which consisted of the mostly Christian Yorubas in the southwest, and the southeastern part was largely made up of the Igbos and other ethnic groups in southern Nigeria. This region was placed under indirect British rule, with traditional rulers maintaining some local authority but subject to British control. The movement for independence in Nigeria was led by a group of nationalist leaders who advocated for greater political, economic, and social autonomy from Britain. Following a series of negotiations and constitutional reforms, Nigeria gained independence on the first day of October 1960. However, the post-independence period in Nigeria was characterized by political instability, corruption, and ethnic tensions. One of the major challenges facing the newly independent state was the management of ethnic and regional differences, which had been exacerbated by the colonial administration's policy of divide and rule. This political instability was further exacerbated by a series of political assassinations which targeted prominent politicians and leaders. The first high-profile assassination was that of Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Premier of the Northern Region, in 1966. This was followed by the assassination of other politicians and leaders in the decades that followed, including Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa, who was killed in the 1966 military coup. The political assassinations were often linked to military coups, which were a frequent occurrence in Nigeria's post-independence history. The first military coup took place in 1966, when a group of army officers overthrew the elected government and established a military dictatorship.
The coup that took place was carried out by people who did not share, by soldiers who did not share the position of the Ojukus in the army.
I was in secondary class 4 that morning of the coup. I was in class 4. And what I felt, and I still feel today, was that Nigeria lost a moment of national unity.
This was followed by several other military coups in the decades that followed, each of which was characterized by corruption, human rights abuses, and political instability. The most recent military coup took place in 1983 and was followed by a return to civilian rule in 1999. Despite its wealth, Nigeria remains one of the poorest countries in the world, with widespread poverty and inequality. Millions of people live in abject poverty, struggling to access clean water, healthcare, and education. In rural areas, farmers and herders face a range of challenges, including poor infrastructure, conflict with other communities, and the effects of climate change. The Nigerian entertainment industry, also known as Nollywood, is one of the largest and the most vibrant film industries in the world. It is known for producing low-budget, high-quality films that are primarily targeted at African audiences. The industry started to emerge in the 1990s and has grown into a major contributor to the Nigerian economy, employing thousands of people and generating significant revenue for the government. The Nigerian music industry is one of the most dynamic and vibrant music scenes in Africa. It is known for its eclectic mixtures of genres including Afrobeats, highlife, Fuji, hip-hop and gospel, and for its talented and innovative musicians. The industry has grown significantly over the last few decades and has become a major contributor to the Nigerian economy, with music concerts, recordings, and merchandise generating significant revenue. The Nigerian music industry has produced some of Africa's most famous and successful musicians such as Fela Kuti, King Sunny Ade, Tufase Idibia, Dibani, Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy, to name just a few. These musicians have not only had a major impact on the Nigerian music scene, but also have gained international recognition and a following around the world. Nigeria is also plagued by violence and insecurity, with numerous militant groups operating in the country. Religion and ethnicity have often escalated into deadly clashes. Boko Haram, the Islamist militant group, has terrorized the country for over a decade, killing thousands of people and displacing millions from their homes. Despite these challenges, there are signs of hope in Nigeria. A new generation of young people is emerging, determined to create a better future for themselves and their communities. They are harnessing technology, launching social programs, and advocating for change. Nigeria's journey towards stability and prosperity is far from over, but the resilience and determination of its people gives cause for hope. As the country continues to navigate the challenges of its chaotic nature, it will be the action of its citizens that determine its future. For The Whispers, I am Dennis Savatia.